Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray and today we continue our entry level to Megabase, where since last time I've just let the base run for a few minutes just to see what kind of numbers we can pull. So as you can see, our UPS has gone quite a bit down, and yeah, that is because we have about 90,000 robots in the air or somewhere around that. So that is taking a bit of a toll on our system. But today I want to look at a few things we need to get to our 4K. Right now we are idling at about 4.2, 4.4K a minute, and I kind of want to take this down to stay at around 4K, since that is what we are priming our base to do. So one way to do that is just to disable some of these. So we do know that one of these take about 730, and since we have 4 rows, we can somewhat say that each row takes about 200, a bit less. So just by removing 2 rows, we should get down to about 4K. So let's just do that right now so we have something to plan for. I'll do a bit above 4K, mostly just to make sure we have enough going through. But this way we can start to do a bit more planning and looking at our requirements in our logistics tab. So some of the things that are missing is the furnaces and whatnot, and that is mostly because we are missing electric engines, and we need to make a bit more lubricant. And bricks for that matter, but that is mostly because we are producing a bit faster than what we have planned for. So I want to see if this levels out or if we need a bit more. So firstly, let's just add in a few more engines and upgrade our lubricant. Luckily, as always, just doubling this is one of the easiest things to do in the world. So there we go. That will double our electric engine production and hopefully make it so we produce enough. I'm quite sure it will. At the same time, let's just double our stone brick production. It is right on the edge of what we need, but just to be sure that we don't have to look at it anymore, let's just do that and get things put in. So that is bricks. That is our electric engines. And the last thing I want to look at that has been annoying a bit is the low density structures. I don't think we need any more. I think the reason is just that we are running more than 4K. But since it doesn't have any negative things by doing this, let's just get in a 4th one, just to get our base up and running somewhat. There we are. So that should be most of the things. And the last thing we need to make is just the last 4 of these. And to be honest, I'll just make him here and move him up here if you want to do that later, just to make it look a bit better. One thing I also need to look at is our lubricants. We don't need that much, but we need a bit, and that is lacking a small amount. In terms of robot frames, this should be enough, but let's see when we get enough electric engines if that will solve our little bottleneck with the frames. Quite sure it will. So let's do a new setup for our lubricant. If I'm not mistaken, we should be able to grab or pretty much use the same setup we are right here. So taking this and just hooking on a bit of beacons. So let's just do this for now, add it in just right here. Let's get a few beacons. So where did we start over here, just to have some kind of symmetry. Just one below the first one here. So what if we just start right here? And then we'll just get it maxed out with what we need going forward down. And luckily, it should be easy enough to do. Let's see. That's 2, and that is 2. And if you get all the beacons to this, I think we will be in a very, very good situation in terms of throughput. Let's just add you. You're requesting enough, that shouldn't be an issue. And then we'll just take this little part and put on the end, just like here. Not going to do any more, since that should be more than enough for what we need. So let's see, it's being built, modules are coming in. We are outputting this at a slow rate, but this should increase it quite a bit. Let's just give some speed. Don't think it's needed, but yeah, then we have it. Can see we'll have to move this down 1 though, so we don't connect them up. That would have been a bad idea. There we are. And the rest will just slowly get flown in from around the world. Of course, productivity, as always, to save a bit on the resources we're using. And we'll need to add a bit of power. Actually, if we did this, it would actually be better in terms of getting things hooked up correctly. And down here at the bottom as well. That should power all of the beacons. That should make this move and make lubricant. This will just need a bit of barrels flying in. And then we are hopefully making enough lubricant for a system. So looking at our science, we are a bit below right now, and that is just because we are lacking in these departments. But that is slowly getting filled up as soon as our electric furnace has been used. So I'm quite confident that that will solve itself out. But you do need different kind of inputs to be viable. And a bit of speed modules should make this run as quickly as you want, making lubricant. This can just do this little thing over here. Not that important. That seems to solve our lubricant issue. So let's leave that for now, this little cell, and yeah, just look at the last things we need. Rocket fuel is missing. I thought we had enough in the one we made down here. Where did it go? There we are. You're not fast enough for what we need. Seems not. What is using that much rocket fuel? Something, can't remember what, but yeah, it should level out slowly as we continue on. At least this will fix itself, that will fix itself. So most of these things will fix themselves in a little bit. You are not running. Why is that? Oh, that is running. Why are you not running? Oh, you're just full. I was like, what is wrong with you? It should be running. So it's just a case of yeah, things are running as they should, so no issue. Let's just check our electric engines. Got a bit of a boost from 500 to about 1100, then is what we're gonna end at. That is exactly what I'm seeing, so that is double production. What about our right here? It has a drop right now since something is missing. But it should slowly level out again. We just used a bit to build this one. So that is understandable. Other than that, everything is moving along full belts. Almost full belts. But it is enough to keep this running. They are backing up, so I'll just leave them as is. Flying frames, electric engines. That should level out. 700 is about what we need of that, and we're producing 1100, so that will solve itself in a bit. This one, we are not producing enough electric furnaces compared to what we're consuming. And that is actually quite surprising, because these should be somewhat leveled off correctly. But then again, we did just set up some more what's called areas. Are you missing something in? Oh yeah. Yeah, I completely forgot about one reason. That was the stone we're missing. And one thing I actually want to do in this cell that I completely forgot. So if you look right here, we're not getting enough stone in, or we are, so never mind, we are not missing. I thought we didn't have set up any stone in this one yet, but we do. So it's just a case of it not producing fast enough. Maybe these should request a bit more than 100 at a time. Let's get them to 400. We'll update that in every cell, because I don't want to miss something as simple as that. I'll have to remember that way to accept the setup. So you can go here, 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 there. That should help, and let's just do that in all of them to make sure we have enough flowing in, because that seems to be an issue with the supply of stone and things getting delivered. Most because a lot of our robots are elsewhere doing things, trying to gather resources from all over the world. And yeah, now that we have to fill, pretty much this one is the reason right now, because we had to fill all of these stone ones. But as soon as they are full, our robots will slow down again and things will start to level out. So not too worried about that. That means the last things we have to set up is just 4 more of these, and everything here is made inside the cell, so that shouldn't be an issue. Just gonna check one thing, and that'll be iron. Are you keeping up? Seems we might be needing to make that little setup we did at the end of last episode. I don't think this will be enough for what we need, so that is something we'll have to look at, because I don't think 240 is enough iron for everything. So we could set up the little areas up here, might do that at the end of the episode, and let's just set up the last 4 right here for now. So all the infrastructure is down. That is kind of what I'm going for at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please take you. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is pretty much, sorry about that, 2K or 4K science minutes. So yeah, that is looking very, very good. And then we'll just need to let that run. We do have a lot of congestion here. I'm very happy that we have so many charging ports, because that is somewhat necessary at this stage. Not sure if we set up any more charging. Oh, we might need a bit up here even. just to look at some of the highly congested areas. These are congested, but that's just because we're getting in a ton of stone at the moment. That will sort itself out very, very soon. And then the rest is looking quite good. In terms of resources in, we still have huge copper patches out here not being used. So probably just add in the infrastructure here, because I know they will be used in a little while if we want to get this to a stable 4K science minute state. That is what we're going for. So that means that these two will be our buffer ones for when the other ones start to run out. All of this being tapped all the way up here. We have a bit more copper here. We have a few more iron and copper patches over here. So all in all, I think we have all the resources we need for this to work. And you can get some more charging. Seems to be necessary. Maybe at least. At least now they have some. And this will just slowly fill itself out. But yeah, a ton of robots to get this to work. But luckily that's not an issue. A lot of rockets getting launched. And one thing I want to check is, can our crafting up here keep up? Because right now we just have one where did I go? Oh, there we are. One making satellites, but I think it should be fast enough. Though it looks like it's lacking a bit behind. We'll have to keep an eye on this one. That is just a lack of... Are we seriously missing this? How can't this keep up? We should have more. Oh yeah, never mind. It's just the robots again. I keep forgetting that they are so busy gathering that in the stone and what we need, that everything is backing up. That is something we need to look at. We need to get the robots to catch up before we know anything in terms of throughput. Because right now they are strained quite a bit. But yeah, that is leveling out. And we should start to get some idling ones again in a little while. Yeah, we still have enough petroleum stored up because we have the liquefaction. So all in all, I think the base is running good now. We just need to get the last things up and running. The reason why I'm missing advanced circuits is just because we expanded out quite a bit, and that will require us to make more advanced circuits. That is being used to make modules at the moment. So not really that much we can do about it, because these two are taking quite a bit of resources to get going. So yeah, in between this episode and the next, I kind of want to let the base run and see what we're missing. We could expand out some more green and red circuits, get some more iron in, just to be on the safe side. Because I think we will need it. Because if you look right now, we are producing 114k green circuits per minute. And it's not really enough to go to what's called 4K science per minute. So we will need to expand this out anyway. So we need about 130k or somewhere around that, fully beaconed and buffed. So we'll need at least a few more of these. Right now we have quite a bit, so we might need 4 more to keep this going. So let's just add in a few around the base and strain things. 2, 3, 4. That'll give them something to do. Let's expand out red circuits as well. Oh, base is gonna grind to a halt, guys. This is gonna be quite bad. You can go away. These are almost done. Should be able to fit in what we need and then remove it later. So if we add a few more red in as well, just to get things going, and then sort it out in the future. So 1. Yeah, don't mind those rubber things. 2, 3. There we are. That's 1, 2, 3 red circuits more. We add into green. Green circuit. Do we add 2 more? Oh, that's a lot. Green circuit and green circuits. Do we add any at the bottom? We added 1. Green circuits. And while all this is being built, let's just cancel our research to focus on getting this crafted instead. I think that is more important at this moment. So we'll leave it at that. We will look at getting this up and running as well, because our copper should keep up. Steel is getting to a point where it might struggle, but I'm more worried about iron. So let's do the massive iron expansion as one of the last things this episode, so we can get everything ready for what's going to be one of the last episodes, I think, next time. We're getting to a point where we have the 4K, or at least the infrastructure we need for it. And then it's just a case of us letting it run enough to see if we can support it. That is pretty much what's going on. So anything else we want to set up? We have expanded out this, and that, getting in more iron. And then I don't think there's much more than we need. Thinking about it, we should have all we need flying in. I'm not seeing anything that should make us lag our 4K science per minute. But we will find out as soon as robots figure out what to do. Did we seriously spend all our power? Huh. That is quite insane. Only a small amount, so that's just while these are building. Then we should be good afterwards. So right now, let's just get our robots to clear things out. I will do that in between episodes, because with the UPS at around 20, it will take a long time for them to get all of this sorted, because they have a lot of things they need to put in. So that means I'll end the episode here. When you jump back in, all of this should be built. We will have a better understanding of how the base works, and hopefully it will run 4K science per minute. If not, we'll just have a small amount of tweaking to do. But that will be something we do next episode. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this this episode. Hopefully you'll give me a like. That will mean the world to me. And then I'll see you next episode, where we look at what we can sustain with a base at the current state. Should be around the mark where you want it to be. So we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I've been Dgray, and I'll see you next episode. Bye.